Okay, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of Superset Radio. I'm here today with 3 very special guests. They're the pillars of the Indian Jiu Jitsu community right now. The OG people of Jiu Jitsu crowd. They are the future of this sport in our country. Yes. Here with Ravi Bharathi.
Who's the past?
The past is the past, but here we are, Ravi Bharathi, Naveen Narzari, and Ashwin Narayanan. Cool. What's up guys? How's it going? How's life? How's training going?
Training is going well, but injuries are taking its toll right now.
Talk about that.
Yeah. So, Mr. Ashwin is the one who's been studying a lot of wrestling. I think Greco now.
No, just freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yeah. He's always been a freestyle guy.
Yeah.
Like, since I've known him. Like,
Just goes freestyles everything. And then Ravi Bharathi has been missing in action.
Yeah, I've been studying
Dude,
especially.
the goal of this podcast is to get you back to train the
I think I will be back December 18.
December,
18,
that exact
sure.
date?
Yeah.
What happens on December 18th?
The exam gets over, so I'll be there.
Okay, on that
Yep.
evening or something.
Yes. Evening,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Morning.
The gym is probably closed, right? On that day.
Are we doing seminars?
I think so. We'll be doing a lot of seminars going forward. So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes, because I think we need to start spreading our wings a little more.
Yeah.
from the institute.
Who's doing the seminar?
I think coach will be taking few instructors will start taking as well. Depends on what the
Oh yeah, I think it
We'll pass
depends
it
on
around.
like the subject matter.
Got it.
So I think Bira and somebody will be taking
nice.
leg locks, coach will be
Awesome.
dealing with something. Like everybody
Sounds-
basically gets involved and everybody teaches.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even Flamengo is doing like a lot of, almost every week they're doing something. And it's been
I'll
fun
probably
training
be
that.
taking how to smother people and how to get lost.
That's nice. I think we could learn. Dude, I heard you're starting a new business
Yeah, bro.
and you're also getting married.
No, I'm not getting married. The business is going well, but marriage, no, bro. Because in order for me to get married, I need a girl or a guy. So,
Yeah.
I think all he's
That
missing is
answers
Ashwin. That's what he wants.
Why
That's
would
what
he
he wants
want
to get
me?
married.
What do you mean he wants me?
See,
I
never
mean,
him.
dude, the group chat was weird, but he doesn't want me, okay?
Do you want him? You can answer this in once and for all.
If the answer's anything but no, I would have beat the shit out of you when you come to the gym on 18th.
whichever camera. I'm single, but I'm not necessarily ready to mingle unless,
It's Ashwin.
it's Ashwin.
Okay, say it,
Oh,
say
it's
it
not
again
me,
for the crowd.
Say it again.
Yeah, what's your answer? Do you want him or not?
Ashwin.
Yeah?
Bro, Ashwin, no, bro. I just wanna. No, I don't.
Okay. You guys competed recently. How did that go?
Ashwin, take it away.
Okay, shoot, I think we should just go over what happened with our division, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Your
Navina and
experience.
I, ended up doing the same division basically. We both did under 88 Pro. Okay. To start with, I was never supposed to do 88 Pro. I was supposed to do 88 beginner.
Okay.
And
There was no intermediate.
no, it was either pro or
Beginner.
yeah.
0 to 100.
basically. And the morning of, him and Nihal basically look at me and they're like, why don't you just do pro? And I was like, okay, there's nobody in beginner, might as well jump into pro.
Yeah, for sure.
So then somehow I convinced Navina that he should also do. No, actually, no, that's not what happened. Navina had to cut weight. Okay. And he didn't meet 75 kilos. He was 76
So
right
moved up.
before. It gets worse. So he moves up to 88 and they put a guy who was 105 kilos in 88. And he and I went and lost our shit at this comp and we're like, dude, how can you put a guy who's 105 kilos in 88 when you didn't let Navina make 75, like when he's just 1 kilo over?
Not fair.
Yeah, so then ended up somehow having a 3-man division basically. They brought some guy in to fight at 88 somehow. So I beat that guy and then Naveen and I fought it out in the finals. He AOK locks me. Whatever, that was some bullshit, but fine. And the funny part about all this is they made it double elimination, meaning everybody fights everybody twice. Now this third dude who I beat left at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After our fight, he just went home.
You broke his leg.
I don't.
His leg and his foot.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk about breaking his leg.
So yeah, it was very shit. Like I wish they would have done it better. At least they had toilets, even though it was stinky.
It's a bare minimum.
Yeah, it was, even though it was stinky as hell, but like
I
at
can
least they had
understand.
toilets.
We
Better,
didn't.
Women's they did not. They I think struggled a lot more than men. I think this is the problem with most of the comps.
Most of these tournaments
Yeah.
in India.
The only I would say like saving grace for that was submission only,
Oh yeah.
which was the only good
The
thing.
best
but
rule set. EBI.
I mean, even that was kind of dying.
it was also very like so they changed the EBI rule set on the fly. Like first, I mean generally the way it starts is with both have proper controls. So one has enough time opportunity to escape, the other has enough opportunity to attack. But this guy, he changes the rule set and makes it in such a way that the person defending it has no chance.
What?
Nothing. The other top person has to do is just sit back and he's getting the finish.
That's
It was really
it's
bad.
insane.
Yes, and then we complained about this, but unfortunately, Mr. Whoever organized it thought he knows better. Which is stupid because he's not even a BJJ guy. So that's the problem. I'm not even
We'll have to beep that out.
Now he has to beep it out.
Yeah, just keep it.
He just
That's
wanted
fine.
that.
What do you want?
Create more work for me. It's cool. Let's move
fine.
on to better things. You guys got promoted. So
Yes.
India's newest purple belt, India's newest blue belt, India's oldest white belt. What was that like? What did it feel? Like you've been promoted a few times now.
Yeah,
You
I
as
mean,
well. What did it feel like?
I felt like it was good, but I was waiting. I actually wanted coach to promote me later because I had plans to compete in blue belt only tournament.
You told me that, yeah.
And it happened just a week before.
You were not expecting it.
I was not expecting
Okay.
it because I mean, me and coach had communicated that we'll be competing in the blue belt only tournament, which now that I look at it, I would have easily won because the division was like all the guys who I can easily beat and who I've already beaten probably. So I thought like it would have been much easier, but then I didn't have
Coach was like, psych.
Psych, no more. You can't win the 30K or 20K,
Yeah.
whatever the cash prize was.
And the funniest part about all this is we had the people who were organizing the event at the grading day thing.
Okay.
And they're like, oh yeah, Naveen, so you're going to be
Mysore
taking
guys.
part. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So like then, oh like,
saw
Naveen, you're
that.
going to be taking part at 75 kilos. Like, have you made weight and all? And then they're like, oh wait, you're purple belt now.
It's too bad.
Yeah, I was so sad.
It looked like a great tournament though. That
It did. Like I feel like they did a good job. Like better
What was the
than-
name of that? This one we don't have to beep.
No, this was Jiu Jitsu Jam or something. It was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
They
like,
did
yeah,
decent
actually
marketing.
they
as well.
did a few things right. First is cash prize for the athletes. To carry the athletes well is what I know of because they actually arrange the stay, the food, and that's pretty much it. And that's the bare minimum that I think the competition should do.
Yeah.
And I think this was only invite only or something.
Okay.
And I think they didn't have to register or such. But no registration fees.
That's awesome.
As far as I know, that is.
The venue was supposed
Venue was good. Like
Yeah.
it was in a resort. Like what
Be
ADCC
beautiful.
does. Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing. I think one more thing was the only problem I think they ran into was fighters dropping.
Okay.
Like they were just pulling out left, right, and center. I mean, Hal was supposed to have a fight, super fight, but towards like 2-week mark, the guy pulled out, and then he settled for another guy. Even he pulled out just a
Okay.
week before, which was really
That's
sad.
difficult.
Yeah,
What's your
I
question?
think that's because there was no registration. It's because there was no commitment to.
exactly. I
Yeah.
feel that's one thing.
But if it's invite only, like there's like,
yeah, and then there's a like cash element to it. Like
Yeah.
you don't even have to pay for your stay. That's the best thing, right? Like I don't know why would you pull out. I think it's also probably people don't want to have that loss record if they are gonna be competing or like going higher up. I feel
sure.
that's the that's probably the reason why many people don't want to just compete randomly, because that will just leave a negative impact on their record. And I think people love to stat pad.
I mean, like, I think you should just compete as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
While you're still under 40.
Yeah, I feel
Get
that's
there.
the thing. Like, hardly we have competitions in India.
Exactly. So
anyways, right?
whatever little, just go for
Yes.
it.
So that's the only problem. Like, few comps every year should be good.
Less than a dozen.
Yeah, and I think people should not be scared of competing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different thing if it's like I get the idea that if there are few comps where you take part in whatever you can, sure. But if it's a super fight and stuff, if you know your opponent is someone like Nihal, like you're gonna you have to rethink that. Like, like you're not just gonna be like, oh yeah,
10
I'm gonna
seconds lost.
like, do you guys remember the first ADCC that we went to? Like he and I took part in the
Goa
the
I was
first
there.
time.
Yeah, I was
you
there.
came for that,
Yeah,
right?
I was there.
So
That's where we first met.
exactly, and
That's what we
Right, we actually met in that seminar just a month before, and then
Right,
again
and
1
then-
month later we are going to Goa, ADCC, and
do you guys remember Nihal's run then? He
Yeah.
fought Sanjay and he
Oh,
fought
yeah, dude,
and he
that's
triangles everybody basically. And I remember he got that triangle in like the first match. Some guy I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Who
I
it
remember
was,
that. I don't remember the guy.
but he just got that triangle and put the hand
That was-
against the neck. And I mean, if you have a super fight against someone like him, I'd rethink it. Like I'd be like, maybe I don't want to fight him. Like
I wouldn't wait till the last minute though. I already kind of know. It wouldn't take me that long to figure it out.
yeah, that's true.
The thing is, whenever Nihal competes, he ends up giving a mini seminar to whoever is there. So I think next time after the tournament, they should just announce we have a mini seminar organized by Nihal. Whoever wants to stay back and participate, just pay so and so and just take part. Because I feel he's just that good.
Did
like
he do
people-
that? At, like he
Yeah,
taught
he
that
did. He basically so this guy was a jacked MMA guy. I think he was from Chennai, South Side
Okay.
MMA or whatever. Who's this guy? Ashwin's gym.
Ashwin Chidambaram
Chidambaram's
guy.
gym. So this or was it Combat Connectors? I
Whatever,
don't know. One,
whoever.
It
whichever.
doesn't matter.
So he triangles him, and this guy was like shocked what happened to him, and he ends up asking Nihal, "How did he get that?"
And then there was like a 25-minute teaching session.
Yeah.
Right after the match, I did this, I did that, I did that.
Yeah.
No, and then no, they went to the training match on
Oh,
site,
shit.
and then he
And they were like, everyone was like, that's the best thing about tournaments. I feel like, if you know someone is better than you, you can just go and ask. Like, that's
Yeah.
supposed to be the only benefit.
Saving
of,
grace, yeah.
benefit of going into these small.
Yeah, to
tournaments.
learn,
yeah, you
especially.
get humbled. Like, basically,
You get humbled.
Yeah, that's fine. So, were you expecting to get a blue belt? I mean, you got 4 stripes, right?
yeah. I was
So
at
what else
4.
would? Where do you go
Like
from there?
5.
Rather, coach just took on another table
There's actually a guy who got like 6-7 stripes.
on his white belt.
I'm not sure who he is.
No, that's a pretty common thing in the US.
Sometimes, like your
and-
stripe falls out, and then coach doesn't remember giving anything, so put on more stripes.
No, but then so there are like dudes who just are like, oh, I don't want to promote him to blue belt, so one more stripe, which is it happens.
It happens. You're not ready yet.
In terms of whether I was expecting it, honestly, at that point, I was like, yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
How would you feel?
Okay, so the previous night. No. So the previous night, I like so. Grading day was on the 16th of November, and the 15th was my last day of interning.
Okay.
So like in the afternoon itself, I went and had a few drinks with some of
Colleagues and
some
all
of the
that, yeah.
colleagues and stuff, and then after that, I was like, I'm going to a gig tonight, and I went partying till like 2 a.m. Came home and I was like absolutely shattered.
For sure. Yeah.
So wake up at whatever 8
6,
o'clock,
7.
7 o'clock, whatever it is. And I usually pick up coach on Saturdays and we go together. So I go pick him up and I'm shit faced, like I'm dying, right? And he knows I'm dead. So drive to the gym. The whole time we're at the gym, I'm like out of it completely.
Yeah.
I'm not able to focus on anything. I don't want to talk to. I mean, I'm talking to people, but I'm not like in that headspace. And everybody's just hyped up. Like everybody's excited because it's grading day. Everyone's like, "Yo, I'm gonna get a stripe. I'm gonna get a belt, whatever." And everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna roll after. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And I'm just in the corner, like, "Dude, I can't handle this." I'm just dying the whole time.
And then it happened.
And then it happens. And then I realized, like, after I watched the video of me getting my blue belt, and
You look out of it. Like you're not
He
there.
was zoned out.
Dude.
I was like,
Like a dream almost.
like I was completely I got the belt. I'm like, cool. That was it. I couldn't think beyond it. And then like after like I got my belt and I went and sat down. And I sat in one side, and somehow I spent like 45 minutes there not doing anything. Like I just sat there for like 45 minutes not functioning, not thinking. I think I took one picture, which is like one of the mistakes I made. I should have taken more pictures with coach and everybody. I took one with him and Aban and
Yeah, I saw that.
that one picture, and he posted it. That's the only picture. That's the only picture I actually have.
You should just frame that. Just
I'm just
keep
gonna
that.
frame that. Just the 4 of the boys and like blue belt, purple belt, Aban. Just frame that because I don't have any other pictures.
That's fine.
But yeah, like I should have reacted better for sure. Like,
It's okay. But I mean, you'll remember this.
How does
always.
it feel to get?
It will be memorable. But he has been promoted also so many times. What do you feel like when you like get that stride?
Straight. I mean, it feels good.
Yeah.
I think it feels better when you win more competitions.
Yeah.
Even better.
So you're like,
Ravi just burned you, dude.
I mean, not to diss anybody, but I always felt like winning more competition is much more important than the belts will always come, right? It'll come eventually, but
Just
competitions is something that always.
when you get back to training, like, what's your goal? Like,
My goal is to immediately start training and get into competition as soon as possible. Bro.
then the Strangle
Yes.
bracket is resetting
Yes,
again.
yes.
So you'll be able to jump into that.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So are you like done with your MBA?
I have another 6-7 months of my MBA, and I think this semester will be pretty chill, so I don't have to
So
go to
last
college
semester.
as much.
So now you can
Yeah,
get back.
I think it's pretty chill.
That'd be good, dude. What do you guys think is the best way of getting promoted? Everyone does it differently. You can pay in other gyms and you can get it done.
The easiest way to get promoted is pay
Yeah,
for the
like
belt.
pay for what?
Pay for the belt.
Pay for the belt.
Yeah, get someone random from abroad, just pay your way for it, or just get like, I mean that's what happens in a lot of US and your
Yeah, that's like
a lot
a
of
known
gyms.
way.
Yeah.
Also, like right after, like I think, like hard rounds of rolling,
Yeah.
when you just get surprised, you're like, "This is your belt." I think that's
and
a really
I
good
feel
way.
like it's kind of getting diluted, the jiu-jitsu scene. I mean, jiu-jitsu community in itself.
In India,
Where-
or
everywhere. Like, because right now it's all about business and just how karate runs. Like, you know, like in a year, a guy gets
So
his
many,
black belt.
yeah.
Like,
2
it's
years.
kind of like that.
Just
Yes,
white to
exactly.
black.
White to black is like 2 years. And they don't even have a proper experience of competing or actual combat. That's the problem. And the same thing is seemingly happening in jiu-jitsu as well, where people are just getting promoted left, right, and center just so they can keep them coming, keep them motivated. And yeah, a lot of people are just paying their way to get their higher.
if you had to choose one way of getting promoted, like regardless of how you've been promoted so far, what would you choose? If you ask me, like,
The hard way. Like,
what is the hard way?
just slog your ass off. Just
No, but the method in which, like, surprise you after class, have a grading day,
surprise.
or you pay me like $100 and I'll give you a belt.
Me, I'm a bit stingy, so I wouldn't pay my way. I would rather get surprised.
Ashwin?
I mean, I think it's just hard work, dude. Like you work your ass off, come to grading day, or like
Grading day.
whatever
You
it
want a
is.
day.
Like if there is a grading day, like you better work up to grading day. Like you work every single day up to grading day, and obviously, like you continue working after that. Like you can't just like, oh, I got my blue belt, I'm gonna stop now. Like that's also a common thing, right? Like
Blue belt
blue
blues
belt, yeah, blue belt blues. You
happen.
just quit.
You just get this major like imposter syndrome, like this
Yeah, like I'm
belt
done.
is given, and
Yeah,
like
and-
some people feel like that's the accomplishment, they've got it. Oh, what else?
I think that's the differentiator for me at least, which is
Keep training.
I don't think the blue belt is what matters. I don't think what belt you're at matters, because for me, like my goal is in like 10 years time I want to be able to like hang with, say,
The best black belts in the world.
not jiu-jitsu, like I'm looking at it purely from a wrestling perspective, which is I want to hang with like a Sidakov or a Abdul Rashid Sadulaev, whoever, all of these guys who are like Olympic
Caliber.
caliber.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
when I get onto the match with them, I want to be able to wrestle them, and I don't know how long
Take
that'll
them down, pin them,
I
dishonor
know,
them.
no. Honestly, even that isn't the objective.
Hang
The
with
object,
them,
yeah,
hang with
like
them.
if it's a 6-minute battle with them, I want to be able to come away from that thinking I can wrestle that guy. Like even if I'm gonna lose, it's fine. I don't give a shit about the result.
You can hang with them.
I can hang with that
That's
guy.
awesome.
And I think like the belt is just a mile marker or whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
like-
like a small way of saying, you
Cool.
worked to this
Okay.
point.
Moving on.
Exactly.
Ravi, best way getting promoted?
I think the best way to get promoted is when you least expect.
Yeah,
it can be after class, after a hard roll, after competition. Say the I think the
I love that.
Actually, after the comp,
When you're standing on the podium,
that's the
like,
so, like when you're
Alex Pereira knocked out a guy against him.
I saw one of Kayotara's post where he says he gets his I think he loses a competition, and that's
Gets
when
his
he
black
gets
belt.
his black belt,
Yeah.
and he says, "Bro, I thought I'd never get promoted at this point of time because I lost a competition, but the coach was like."
I think that was actually a little more like elaborate in that he won a comp before he lost, right? And in that comp, he expected his black belt and his coach
get
didn't
it.
give it to him. And when he lost his comp, his coach was like, I needed you to lose to see what kind of person you'd be so I could give you this black belt. Meaning, he expected him to grow as a person as well. And that's why he promoted him and not the inverse, which is, oh, you won a comp, so you deserve.
Yeah, you learn more from loss than you ever will.
Exactly, and he just
from
wanted
winning.
he wanted him to be a better person or something like that, and that's why he promoted him.
Moral lesson.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
On the mat.
Yeah, like
Moral
earn it.
lesson. Yeah. Talking of getting smashed, like we were all white belts. Like when we met, we were all literally white belts. Except he had no.
I was 4 stripes.
You had like a lot of stripes. I remember.
When we started, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was blue when
blue belt.
No. He got his blue belt before
I
Strangle
got my
Bangalore.
blue belt last year.
No, dude, 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
dude,
2020, yes.
if he got his blue belt last year, it's perfect.
That's insane. That's BJJ pen level.
Like that's like I don't think coach is ever going to do that.
Naveen, the prodigy.
I wish that's the thing, right? I've actually only recently I've actually started training under coach properly because up until I got my blue belt or up until like this month I think, right? Coach started taking classes more regularly.
Maybe like October, maybe.
Yeah, I've actually hardly gone to any of coach's classes. Like I can actually count by like how many classes I've actually done with coach. Most of my training actually evolution Jiu Jitsu is training with Nihal, Piyush, Kadu, and
Instructionals.
Instructionals. A lot of instructionals, a lot of self study, a lot of watching my own like tapes.
For sure.
And that's what
Recording
helped.
yourself. What are you studying right now?
Right
Anything?
now, I'm looking at more wrestling.
Oh, you
because-
influenced him. You brought him to that side.
I mean, the thing is, I've been watching like coaches' roles, right, and BJ's roles. A lot of the things, like the methods they use, is a lot more wrestling oriented. Like especially the pins and the escape sequences. Like I feel like since you're doing jiu-jitsu and it's mostly like a very lazy person sport, so people like give away certain positions which a wrestler will just wreck them.
You don't agree?
I absolutely agree. Definitely right.
Like-
that's what smash you.
Yeah, because like right now we are learning certain positions where we are actually not like clamped in and
For
we're
sure.
more extended, and I feel that's the right way to escape any position, because the more you cramp yourself up, the more you get smashed. Especially if you're going against a guy like who has been actually
Who knows what he's doing?
who's a
Knows
wrestler.
stop position
Like
well.
me.
Yeah, right, like Ashwin, he'll just smash you if you curl yourself, and that's what a lot of BJJ guys do, right? They curl themselves
He'll
up.
cradle you.
Yeah, a lot of escapes involve you just cradling yourself, and then
Yeah.
like you get just smashed there. So that's the problem, I think, and that's what we have evolved to, and that's what I've been looking at. What coach has been doing, what all these guys have been doing. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm falling behind, so I started wrestling.
Started wrestling. Wrestling would be like the thing to add to your game.
Actually, yes,
To be
like-
dominant.
The best base,
Sport.
because that way you can play your stand up also, and when you're on the ground, you can still smash them, because the escapes that they do, BJJ guys don't expect.
Of course.
And that's what I think guys like Nicky Rod and a lot of
His
the-
brother as well, J-Rod.
basically
the
J-Rod,
entire.
Nicky Rod, not most successful with is
Yeah.
because of the wrestling.
True.
And they are usually like, you just see like these wrestler guys who transition to jiu-jitsu, their ability to like take on a serious black belt or whatever competitor,
Yeah.
and you're just astonished by what they can do. Like, and they like I think not Bo Nickel, Jason Nolf took
Jason
part
Nolf,
at
yes.
CJI.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he lost his
Did you
fight.
watch Bo Nickal's recent fight?
Yeah, that
UFC.
was just sad. Like,
This is,
he
Craig.
should have he should have stuck to his guns and wrestled that dude.
He's like, GSP also had boring fights. It's okay. We just have to win.
as long as he's winning, sure,
getting win.
take it and run, dude.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, I didn't feel like the other guy was robbed. Like,
Yeah,
it was fine.
a good fight,
It was
but
okay.
I mean, it was a boring fight.
He should have just smashed him. Like,
It's okay. Not every fight has to be exciting.
but like if you compare that fight to his first or second fight where he runs across the ring,
That was
ring
awesome.
and like flying kicks him, he misses him completely, but he just flies across the ring.
I watched that and I was like, I want to watch this guy. Like,
But
wanted to-
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just like these wrestlers are just very good at translating to.
yeah.
And I think the judo guys are even better
Even
at
better.
translating to jiu-jitsu.
Guys like Cut It, who comes
yeah,
in.
Katit is like a great Indian example. I'm talking about like these international,
Judo
like
guys, judo
yeah,
guys.
like the guys who are competing in like the Olympics. Like I think Owen Livesey,
Yeah, what was it?
British guy.
he's the British. He's a
Yeah.
British national champ. Like, and he.
He had a match with Nicky Rod. Like,
do you remember
last
like he
year.
foot sweeped him like twice
Yeah.
or thrice, and that's just impressive. Like,
He's a killer. Ravi, what do you think? Can you fight a wrestler?
Can I fight a wrestler? I think, see, even at the Olympics level, right? If a guy is fighting in judo and he knows some part of wrestling, he's obviously going to do well. Similarly, in a wrestling match, if he knows a little bit of judo, of course he's going to do well, right? Similarly, even in jiu-jitsu, like a pure jiu-jitero, if he knows wrestling, obviously he'll do well. So wrestling is something that you can inculcate in every other combat sports.
You know, it's one of the oldest like
Yeah.
martial arts also.
And that's what I feel like a lot of guys are missing out who are not really using wrestling as much or who are
And just
using
pull guard and their guard is also shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like pulling guard is the ever.
Yeah?
Yeah, and that's why I do it. And that's
I'll
why
just, pulling guard is beep.
and that's why I do it. I like to pull guard.
It's okay. You can't- So many
That's why
beeps.
that's why the greatest grappler of all time, Mr. Craig Jones, pulled guard. And I'm just following his example. So I
yeah.
would pull guard and then wrestle up.
Good damage control.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
still beep it out.
Just to be safe.
yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, we were all white belts, right? We all got like smashed, obviously. But I think there's like, I was watching this video about the stages of being a white belt. When you start off, obviously, you're always getting smashed. Then you kind of know some escapes. You like learn defense. You're getting away, but you're still kind of getting smashed. And then I feel like towards the end of it, like you can actually sub people out.
Yeah.
Kind of, you can maybe like get a blue belt now and then.
Yeah,
But what were your experiences, like stages of being like just
smashed.
the people who were smashed on the rag dolls, basically?
Oh, me? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Do you have
Dude,
any
for-
memorable smashing experiences? Worst
I think-
roles ever?
no, I wouldn't say worst roles, but memorable experiences was
That first role
Tyagi.
with Devesha.
Tyagi. When Ravi and I first started, like I think he and I got a great opportunity in that when we joined, IJJ didn't have a beginner's batch and advanced batch, just had one class.
Yeah.
So we used to go with like everybody. Like there was no holds barred. Like and
Very talented room as well.
yeah,
I was in that.
and you had so I went with Tyagi like for the first 3 months straight. He'd dummy sweep me like 6 times in a round, 7 times in a round. And, like he just do it over and over again.
I think he would laugh also.
I'd be giggling at the fact that I'm getting swept by the same thing again and again. And it's not even like it's a crazy move or something. It's so
simple.
and it just
And
happened.
you feel so stupid when it happens.
you feel
feel
the
like a dummy.
You feel like the dumbest person in the world, and it happened repeatedly for the longest time. And I think that experience, like now I can't keep my feet together while doing a round. Like, because
Or
I'm
even
so
like
scared.
in general, like you feel like in life, if you're just standing somewhere, you feel
I'll
like
I
someone
get the
will come and
stance.
dummy sweep you.
Dude, the first thing I do is I get the stance. Like I'm like, oh, okay, somebody.
Who's looking to dummy sweep?
yeah, stance.
My first role with Devesh, he did that to me.
Yeah, like honestly, that way even now my rounds, I roll with, I mean I do rounds with Devesh almost every day. Devesh and I like train together most
Your
often
favorite
now
training partner, I think.
because like I mean I'm getting closer to his weight. I'm like trying to keep up with him, those kind of things. So like I try and make it difficult for him, but there are just days where like you get into the gym and you're just the nail, and if it's Devesha who's the hammer,
You're gonna get hammered, bro.
like really hammered. Like you come away from it thinking like, am I ever going to like keep up with this guy? Like, and which is one of the objectives of me going to 88, which is just so that I can like
Yeah,
get
at least the
strength.
weight is
Yeah,
the equal
just-
factor now.
Because right now, like, unbelievable amounts of skill from him,
Yeah.
unbelievable amounts of strength from him, and
sure.
like he
A
brings
strong
his
guy.
he brings his mountain man genetics, and
course.
you just get your ass beat every day, and like it's just like how.
Yeah. Now he's
And-
cut his hair as well.
Yeah, so like even stronger.
Following the trend of bald head.
Dude, like he's just he's unbelievable. Like some of the things, like so for instance, last week we were doing like, okay, so I suck at everything jiu-jitsu now somehow. I just do, and we were doing
Wrestling has gone up though.
I can only do that. Like I can't think about like being on my back or sitting down. Like it's really concerning to me. So we were doing jiu-jitsu positions, close guard, and every single time I was doing a round with Devesh, I was like, wait, what? Like, how did this just happen? How did this round finish? Like, how did he beat me up this badly? And I can't comprehend it.
Did you
It's
record it?
I think a little bit.
Okay.
I'll send it to you if you want. But like,
No, I'm saying like, did you record it to see like?
I mean,
in
I did, and then
hindsight,
I
what
just
happened?
didn't understand what
Oh.
happened. Like, he just whooped on me for.
Damn.
But yeah, like it's unbelievable. Like some people you just like get tooled by. Like last week I got tooled by coach, and that was just different.
I think you posted that on Instagram. That
like,
one.
there's that part which I shared.
Welcome to Blue Belt.
No. That was I posted one part of it which was a good exchange. I posted up a follow up to it where he just folded me.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that.
He folded me into like two pieces. Like, and I was like, how?
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, dude. Like they're just days where you're just the nail.
Worst smashing experience where you got smashed.
Smashing experience where I got smashed.
Yeah. Name the smasher as well.
I have 3 people. who
Okay,
smashed
3
me.
smashers.
Yes, 3.
Okay.
Mr. Devesh, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Nihal and
Sure.
Piyush.
And?
Piyush.
Okay. Piyush Pandey.
Yeah, the top 3 guys basically.
sure.
And like this generally like in the starting phase like the starting phase of my jiu-jitsu career, that's when I got really badly smashed by I think I went first round with Piyush. That's the first time I understood what jiu-jitsu is, because he just folded me so bad. I didn't know what to do, and luckily he was not
At least
heavy.
it's not Piyush now. You do that, then you do a breakdown of it on his Instagram.
Exactly. And the best thing is he was not heavy. At that time he was actually around 75, 76. And I think if it was me now and Piyush at his current weight, I would be like demotivated and I'd just quit jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Then Nihal, I thought, okay, I've got some weight on him. I can try to do something.
Footlock, wristlock, all of it.
Everything.
All of the
Basically,
above.
He basically triangle choked me.
Okay.
And then he got me in quite a few different submissions. Like he just flew from one submission to the other, and I didn't know what was happening. The worst was, I thought I was on top, and then next thing I know, he's on my back. Like I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like he just boloed me, and he just goes
Oh,
to
yeah.
the back, and like, okay, this is cool. Like,
And he gave you a seminar after that.
yeah, and after that was Devesha. Devesha was like, he takes you up and gently put you down, and just cuddles you to sleep. It's just like that. She just weighs you
gentle
down
giant.
so much, like you just don't have any escape. So I think these
Devesha
3,
comes in with those heavy hips.
yeah, heavy hips. I mean, I think his game has always been like that, like pressure game, and it's just gotten worse with time. Like you don't want to get under that guy ever. You don't want to play bottom ever against him.
In fact,
Of
you
course.
don't want to be passing against him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You want to do anything
even
against
now,
him.
I feel even now, if I go against Devesha, I get smashed.
Yeah.
Like just because of his weight, like the way he can put his weight on you is just next level.
Imagine you say that and I say the same thing.
Yes,
He's a strong guy.
I think that's the thing, right? Pahadi genetics.
And
Of course.
like, ultimate skill. Like, let's be
Like,
honest. Like
Over a decade training probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Easily. And
he feels like a black belt. Like a real
Yeah.
top class black belt to me.
He has that aura about him as well.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Like,
he moves different. Like you wouldn't expect somebody that big to move the way he moves. Like
And then
really.
he comes
Very-
in with
very cool.
all smile. Like,
Yeah, and
hey,
he's-
you know,
hey, what's
let's
up?
go.
Want to be friends?
Yeah,
be
and
friends.
then
It's
and you get
time.
wailed on. Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you just get beaten up, and you're like, and then after he's like, good round, bro, and you're like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
When I was new, I actually thought I was doing well. He would pat me on the back. Good one,
Then you
man.
watch
Good
it
stuff.
deep and then you die.
I suck so much. You're just like, I suck awfully. Like this is really bad.
Last year we were doing those 10-minute rounds, and then I did one 10-minute round with Divish. And then it obviously went how you probably think it
The
would.
long rounds are the worst to go with Devesh.
Then coach started 30-minute rounds on the weekend, and Divish was like, "You want to roll?"
I think you should not choose Devesha if you're going for a longer round.
I'll do a 2-minute round.
2 minutes, 6 minutes max. That's it. 6
Sure,
minutes is
I
a
can do
stretch.
6 minutes.
That's the thing I don't agree with. Like I love long rounds with Devesh. Like I love like those rounds where you get to a point where like you're in your 5th, 6th minute, your heart rate is 204, 205, and then you're just like, okay, I need to push.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically like those long rounds where after the
It just
first
takes your time.
Yeah, after the first 4 minutes, you've gone subbed once, you're like a little shattered inside, and your heart rate is through the roof, and then you're like, okay, it's go time.
Let's take it easy.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's go time. Like
okay.
you got to send it now. Like you got to like push him to like the extreme, especially where like in situations where one of us is competing, like if he's competing or I am or whatever it is, and you need somebody to push you. Those are the best rounds of them. Like
Yeah.
you come away from those rounds like you've accomplished something. You may have gotten submitted 10 times or 15 times or whatever. But
That's when you
you come
I
away
feel
with
like
it,
your
like-
skill level takes off a little. And
absolutely.
rounds
And
like
you
that.
come away from it thinking like, okay, I can hang with Devesha, even though you really can't. Like I really can't. But
I
in
think
my
it's a
heart,
mental
I'm like,
thing. Yeah.
in my heart, I'm like, yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's just that.
Ravi, worst smasher ever?
You would not expect the name I'm going to say.
Okay.
So this is the first, this is the 3rd month of me training. And like Ashwin said, there was no beginner batch, pro batch, advanced batch. It was all one batch, right? So I had no idea what I'm supposed to do doing rolling. I choose anybody and everybody. Okay.
Okay.
So I go and choose.
I know the story, dude. It doesn't end well.
So I go to. He's like, bro, you want to roll? He's sitting down. Okay. He's like, he wakes up. He gets up. He gets up, and comes to the center of the mat and sits. Okay. He sits down, and
Okay.
I try passing his guard. I cannot do anything. He just holds my hand and cannot rip it off, and things like that. And for some reason, I think I go down and he stands up, and he passes my guard and sits on my chest. Okay, and he's so heavy. I'm like, bro, tap. I feel like my chest is crushing. He's like, no, bro, this is how you build resilience. Wait for 10 seconds.
Well, it worked.
It did work.
It worked.
It did work for some
You
reason.
got really skilled in that period.
Yeah, I did. And I think the second person would be Naveena, bro. Because
Oh, yeah?
back then I thought Naveena was like he doesn't know Kannada. He's from the northeast, like a very typical guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he seemed like a guy who I can beat because I was nobody was recognizing me. I had that I want people to notice me because I've done this skill, etc. I choose him. Okay. I think it was during the gi on a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, he takes out my belt, rolls around my neck, and he's tying me up.
That's funny.
So I think otherwise, I think everybody in the gym has been very nice to me, and nobody ever smashed me. It was more of a learning experience, and except during
Maybe
the
you were
camps.
doing the smashing.
No, I don't think. Yeah. So it was more like a learning experience than smashing.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Saf.
I think you should ask Saif who smashed him.
We have that role also, like I never posted it.
Oh yeah.
Not because it was bad or anything. I was just too lazy to edit a 30-minute roll.
30-minute roll.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gone to Thailand, right, to train.
He's back now.
He's back.
He just took a break. Yeah. Do you all have any advice for white belts?
Try not
Ravi,
to
you don't have to
spaz.
answer this.
Actually, yeah.
Bro, I'm still a
It's
white
fine,
belt. You guys
can
should tell
still-
me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Post-try white belt. Do you have an advice for a white belt who's just starting out?
Okay.
Like 1-2 lines. What would you tell them?
I think if you're a white belt, if you're starting out, I think the people you surround yourself with at the gym matters the most. Because if you want to train with your friends, if you want to train with the guy who's nice to you, who wants to talk to you, or who's generally very friendly but not as skilled, then you won't grow at the at the sport, right? At jiu-jitsu, you'll have to train with multiple people who are willing to smash you, and then that's when your skill will grow. But for some reason, nobody ever smashed me, but it was more like a learning experience.
Sure, you got to be smashed.
Yeah. My advice is cut your
Shut up and
nails.
train. Okay.
Shut up and train. Of course, the last one is don't spaz. The moment you start
That's the
spazzing,
hardest.
yes, the moment they start spazzing is when the higher belts will come and smash you back very badly. That's what like sometimes I do right now. And when I see someone like spazzing, I just go like put a beating on them and tell them
Don't spaz.
Don't spaz.
I think like rolling with the spazzy guys though. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it's spazzy, but rolling with like just fresh beginners is like the best experience to like
True,
actually
it is.
see jiu-jitsu works. Because if you're like in an actual fight, they're gonna spaz, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna like elbows, everything, nails, everything. So I want to like be able to know I can control a person like that and then finish them.
Yeah.
Advice. White belt.
Advice,
Do more
honestly-
wrestling.
No, honestly, just turn up. Like, just turn up to every single class every day. Like, you can't.
Don't do a Ravi Bharathi.
I mean, see, okay, to be very honest, if you look at Ravi, for example, dude,
He did turn up.
turned up
When he
to
did.
every single class, morning, evening.
He was
like,
always there.
yeah, he and I, like, just committed to training every day. I think at one point, like, we were doing morning, whatever, 7 to like
remember.
11:30, 12 every day, and then head home, chill for a while, come back at 6 o'clock, 5:30. 5:30 lift, do the evening session, leave by like 9.
I remember that.
And I mean, that helped us a lot. So,
That's when I was like new to IJJ.
And I think at that time there was a like these guys, him, Kathit, and Ashwin.
Yeah,
who were
dude,
just
I thought they
coming
were
up.
brothers. The two
Yeah,
of them.
like all of
They were like same height, always together, training
yeah, and then
together.
3 of them were like I would say 3 of them had like good potential at that time. At that time, so they were recognized.
Kathit was far.
And I mean, he was already a judo guy, right? So
Of course.
He
like-
came in ahead of us.
It's unfair when you're like training since
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and
that
like,
age.
and rightfully so. Like, he deserved
earned
to be
everything.
in a different league, and
Yeah.
fair enough.
Dude, I
But
meet him all the time now. Like now he's like actually
better.
lifting properly, and he's
scary.
getting strong.
dude,
And
I remember back then itself, like, he used to be able to outlift us without lifting any days of the week. Like, he wouldn't lift any of the days of the week, and we just and then he just come in and like deadlift 150. Like, it was
he is
nothing.
him.
he is him.
He really is.
He's
him.
gonna go into MMA and all now. So
Yeah.
it's gonna
Be
I
learn
think
striking.
if he goes into MMA, I think it's gonna be trouble for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think him, if you know Ayan,
Ayan, yeah, dude.
he's another monster. Like I would say now since he'll be
He caught me at the flying arm last year when I rolled
and
with
the
him.
thing is now he's gonna be training with us a little more regularly.
School
which
is
is
done?
gonna be not school. He's in college right now. I mean PUC.
He was in school.
11th standard.
He would do homework, then he would come and train.
He's doing He's doing I think correspondence or
Makes sense.
homeschool basically. So now I
He's very
think
cool.
since he's gonna be like training with us a lot more, I think his game is just gonna go
I love
next
that guy.
level. And he's really athletic, strong. I think the one person who can give Kathit a run for his money would be him.
Not yet, though. I would say.
Not yet.
I don't
Not
think
yet.
so because
Training.
Cut it is cut it.
no, there's too much of a size difference. Ayan's really young. Ayan, and also
Competes
Ayan.
in under 55.
No, 66.
No,
I
now
think.
he's 60
something, yeah.
62 or 63 right now.
And also, Ayan is like just one of those people who like you can show him something and like he's gonna pick it up
Watches
almost
and learns.
instantly. Like also because he's young, right? When you're younger, you learn things faster and all of that. But yeah, Ayan's a different monster.
Both of
It's-
them have like a lot of heart, though. Like
for sure. Like,
everything.
dude, and Ayan, like, because he does so much MMA, you can just see it, dude. Like, he's not gonna give up at any point. Like, he's gonna take you to like the depths of hell and like.
I once had a fully locked RNC on him. He's not tapping. And the round ended, and then he just walked like nothing happened.
And the thing is, he's very explosive.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with Kathit. They're just so explosive. It's very difficult to keep them down. I remember when Kathit first came in, I was able to smash him very easily.
That first
because
month.
The first 6 months, I would say, I was able to smash him. And then after that, when he started to really get a hang of jiu-jitsu, it was getting difficult.
Game over, Naveen.
Oh man! And that too, he's like much more taller and stronger at times. Like right now, he
Right
has
now,
that.
he's even more
He's that.
stronger.
He has a
He's
Judge
so much more
genetics.
muscle he has.
Yeah, I mean, these two, I would say, are game changers right now. These two have good potential. if they continue the path they're doing.
Of course they will. Have you seen
Yeah. Ayan, I think Ayan and Kathit, I don't know if he's training regularly right now. Is he training regularly?
I think he is like he's doing the afternoon combat at Kaizen, and he does his like part-time job also at Movement, which is the lifting. Then he lifts. He's training. He's studying also correspondence course in SNC.
Yes.
He's doing that. And he said he'll come. He was supposed to fight this year, but I don't think that's happening. Yeah.
That'll be a scary sight to see.
He'll probably make his debut next year then.
That'll be frightening, honestly.
I want to watch it.
Him throwing somebody like just one little judo sweep, that's like, just lightly like just throws him over and then like wails on him.
What is that judo throw called? Where like something like that.
Uchimata.
Movement, right? The gym, it's fully empty in afternoon. There's no one there. And there's just me, and I see him in the corner. He's just doing that. There's no one around. The shadow, he just does like 20, 30 reps, and he keeps walking.
He's a different beast.
Ayan's
a different beast. They're like some people, even now at like IJJ, there's just some people who you see and you're like, in a few years' time, you don't want to be the other guy fighting him. Like, you're just like, shit, I need to avoid that guy. And it's like, it's genuinely scary. And like, you need somebody like him, like Ravi Bharathi coming in, like wailing on these guys and beating them up.
No, dude.
No.
What are you, 26? Yeah. That's nothing.
And let's be honest, like, for a while, like Ravi Bharathi was white belt mat enforcer.
Yeah.
Like he really was. Like anytime some new guy walked in who was a white belt, Ravi'd be the first to roll with him.
I remember Coach Nihal used to come.
He's like
roll with him next, roll with the next.
The gatekeeper of the class or something.
Like I remember Nihal coach, he'll come. This guy does this. This guy does Strangle. Be careful. Roll with him. Smash him with them. I'm like, okay, coach, doing now.
I understood the assignment. Yeah, dude. So moving on to the next section. Once you like have a full-time job, once you have other commitments, training isn't easy, especially when it's not your career. It's not where you make money from. And at some point, I feel like we've all had challenges to train. I recently got over mine where like I was traveling 5-6. I was traveling actually 2 hours a day, but I just didn't have the energy to train when I was doing that. Now that I've moved here, Flamingo's pretty close. Kaizen is pretty close. I'll just get my training done there. You had your challenges as well when you were in Pune. You couldn't really train then. Like
I think that was just my commitment to the sport, which was
you trained with that Thai for a while.
I didn't train there for a while. I went there for a total of 2 classes. No, one class.
One class.
And then after
you made
I
up your
went
mind.
back. Yeah.
Not happening.
And honestly, I got better while I was there because I continued to watch. And I had a few mats, so like even if I didn't have like a training partner, just get on the mats and move as much as I could, like whatever movements I knew. You know how to take a single leg, take the shot, you know how to like do neo toe penetration, that step or whatever, just whatever it was, like I just spent time trying to figure it out in my head.
You didn't lose touch with the sport. That's the
which is why
important
every time I came back, like I was still able to keep up.
Yeah,
even if
sure.
I was like, if Ravi had been in camp for like 6 months, I'd still come back and be like, I know I'm going to get beaten up by him, but how long is it going to take for him to beat me up? And like ideally take him like 5-6 minutes off a 6-minute round. Like he'd beat me towards the end, and I'd just be like, yeah, okay, so I'm still doing the right
Your
thing.
KPIs change a little, but progress still
Exactly. Like it would have been obviously been different if if I hadn't had to go to Pune and he and I were just doing camp for 6 months of the year, 7 months of the year. Maybe I would be closer to him in that time period or whatever. Skill ratio. But because I had to leave and come back, like, and honestly, I was back in Bangalore every month. Let's be really honest.
I didn't even think you were studying somewhere. Every week. Saturday you would show up. I'm leaving on Sunday. I'm taking a train.
And it worked because like I'd be desperate to come in and get some training. I just want to spend time at home and like be with the fam and all of that. And like I couldn't wait to leave because it'd be hot. The people suck. I mean, I can't go over this again with you guys. Like I've done this like 9 times now.
Pune, the dream city. Everyone wants to move to.
But yeah. Like,
Naveen, do you ever have like a challenge where you just can't train? Roadblock?
I've actually not faced that yet.
Yeah.
Luckily. The thing is, I think you already know that I work as a personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach.
Full time basically. This is your job.
And the only problem is I can't come to the morning classes because most of the clients actually end up wanting to work out in the morning. and very few in the evening. And right now, since I have like achieved so much in my space where I can actually start to take more money from just a single client, and I don't really need to onboard a lot of people, and that actually helps quite a bit, because right now I can just take online classes, like online PTs and stuff, and have a lot of time to now teach at IJJ as well, right? So
It's ideal.
it helps.
This was probably like your golden era.
Yeah.
Like,
Right now,
training
I
and
think
all that.
is the best time that I can actually afford to start training a little more regularly, since coach is taking in the evening anyways, right? So
Yeah, and you see the improvement
Yes.
as well. Like you can see like his game just dynamically becomes different after like 1 month of like 3 evening classes with coach.
and the
it's
thing
like,
is, yeah, and that's the reason why I used to come in the morning every Thursday or Saturday just to observe coach and Veej how they roll against each
Yeah,
other, right?
for sure.
And then from there, I used to just pick up things that, okay, you know what, I can implement that, yes. So far, luckily, I haven't had any challenges where I had to completely stop training. I think the only challenge I had where I had to kind of stop training was COVID. That's it. Apart from
all of us had to go through.
Yes.
I started training right after COVID.
Yeah.
When that was done.
Dude, we started during COVID. Yeah, like 2020 December. He started. I started.
December 16, 2020.
I started Jan 4th.
Guidelines
December
is don't
2021.
touch anyone. Just start jiu-jitsu and all.
And you know the funniest thing about all that was I don't think any of us infected each other. None of us took an infection home.
I don't think I ever got
But-
COVID.
Yeah, even I didn't.
I got COVID for sure,
Okay.
but I didn't bring it home. Like somebody else from the family got sick, brought it home, and
You got it.
yeah, I got it. But then like none of us got each other sick. Like it was weird.
I think you're going through your challenge.
Yeah, I am going through my challenge now. So
Sure. Talk about your challenge.
So what basically happens? Okay, this is how my day in a life
Okay.
happens. Okay, so I wake up around 7 o'clock, go straight to college. 4:35 it ends. Go straight to my dad's office and then start working on my business. So
Damn, that's
it's
hectic.
fully packed, right? So once college stops, I'll have like 7-8 hours free in the day, which I can use for training, lifting, doing all those stuff.
That's awesome.
But then like that 7-8 hours is gonna go once you get married, no?
So you can.
There has to be a girl to get married, right? Like, there's no way.
I'm sure there'll be.
We can find someone.
Yeah, we'll find you. We'll find you. We'll find you someone. Don't worry about it. I'm sure.
Joshua is really invested.
Yeah,
in your marriage.
he's really invested.
He's already found someone. We'll just get it done. You just have to show up.
Bro, I don't think I'll ever get married, bro.
Yeah?
He says
We'll quote him on that.
He says this now. He says this now, but we all know, like, deep down, he's the one who's gonna get married before everyone.
My mindset change happened when I started. I mean, 1-2 years after joining jiu-jitsu, right? Because like a lot of people in our gym are not married, and I feel like after hanging out with them, even I don't want to get married because the freedom that you get from
This
just being
coach
by
is
yourself.
literally married.
Bro, coach recently got married.
2 years ago.
Dude.
It's been.
2 years.
It's
Yeah.
been 2 years.
Oh yeah. I remember the kurta I bought for his marriage. I
Yeah.
wore it for Shreyan's brother's marriage.
Shreyan's brother.
Nice.
Shreyan, oh yeah, that's when I saw you last. No?
Yeah.
Outside of that Saturday.
Third,
Starbucks
third,
thing.
yeah.
Damn.
I still think you can train. Like,
Yeah, I still
even now, you can throw in 5-6 hours.
Yeah,
Jiu-jitsu.
I will
Even
try.
with your current schedule.
I will try.
Yeah.
But then, like, I also get where he's coming from in terms of like, with the kind of workload he has, he's probably not sleeping as much, right? Like,
And it's just the brain fry that you get from sitting in class all day.
because like if he was sleeping whatever 8 hours, I'm sure he could come in fresh and like wail on people. But if you're not sleeping, like you're probably gonna like come in dead, like you're gonna come in
Yeah.
exhausted, and then
You're gonna-
and that's when the injuries happen and the damage.
sure.
Like I think he and I can like testify to the fact that if you're fatigued, if you're tired, like I have an ongoing rib injury. He has some broken hips and all, like some old person. So if you're not coming in fresh, like it's a bad idea. Like you should just focus on what you have to do, get yourself sorted, and then come back into the gym once you have free time and kill it.
Yeah.
So yes, gave me an elbow injury during the like prep of the competition ADCC, and then I think after that, ever since that, I've actually just like got injured left, right, and center. Every single
How was
thing.
your
in my
downfall,
body.
bro?
That was my downfall,
Yeah.
exactly. I think I need to start taking HGH or TRT probably.
I think after you start strength training though, like stopped
I
a
think
lot.
so, yeah.
That's the only antidote to injuries. It's
Yes.
probably why like I've never been injured.
I mean, I do train regularly, but it's just that I don't. I didn't expect to be wrecked like that with by right. So it's fine.
I mean, it's a huge weight difference as well.
Yeah. And he went from 0 to 100 in a second.
Yeah.
It was not planned at all. Like he himself had told like, oh, I'm gonna go very chill. And then I was like, okay, fine. Coach said, go chill. Fine. Everyone was like, okay, chill. Then after that, as soon as he got that, snap. Gone.
You're following the chill guy. This isn't that.
Chill guy. Yeah.
He just cranks it. I'm just a chill guy. Ravi, worst injury ever.
Bro, I never got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, because since I started training,
You've always tapped
I
really
always
early.
lifted, right? And I always tapped early.
Yeah, he taps like before you know he's like tap.
He's the
Yeah,
Then
tap,
he
tap,
got-
tap, yeah.
Craig Jones of tapping.
He does.
I just tap early, bro.
I don't know if that's a compliment or a dig.
I think all my injuries that put me out of the mat was the injuries that came outside the mat. Like while riding a bike, I just accidents, heartbreaks, things like that.
Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Ashwin, worst injuries?
I've had a really bad string of injuries for the last 3-4 months. Started with a partial meniscus tear. Funnily enough, like I came back to training like 2 days later.
Happened on the mat though, right?
On the mat. Some weird this thing. I was tired. I hadn't slept for several days. All sorts of things. So meniscus went. I mean, not badly, like partially. And then I came back 3 days later and started training. And after that, I started wearing 2 braces on this leg and 1 on this leg.
Did it help?
So I wear one wrap, like a normal wrap, like this thing, and then I wear a brace
On
over
top
the
of it, yeah. Got it.
Which is I think the same thing coach does, but he does it on the other leg because his meniscus
His
is
left
on
leg,
left,
yeah.
yeah. So I do that now. Then after that, we decided to add shrugs to our lifting program, and my neck went. So like all of this got messed up. So while I was interning and while I was in the gym, like I couldn't look beyond.
Someone called you. You have to turn your entire
Yeah,
body.
like I used to do this. Like actually no, this way was fine. So I could like turn like this and look. But if somebody called me that side, I'd be like,
When you're interning, are you in court?
some
If the
days.
judge called you, would you have to turn around the entire way?
But yeah, like basically, like one of the clerks in the office I was interning at basically called me Frankenstein because I couldn't turn my head.
It's actually funny.
It was true though. Like I couldn't turn fully. So then that happened. Then got viral fever. Insane. I don't know how that was just from the fatigue and everything that added up.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, super
Got
vulnerable. Fell sick.
immunity
Then
compromised.
recovered from that. Then got stung by a bee. Had my ribs go. Like I got injured.
I think it's on someone cursed you, dude.
So the funny thing is, somebody the other day, like 2-3 weeks ago, basically said somebody has a doll out there and just like poke of you and like just poking needles around and like torturing you.
Now they have to change the belt. on the
Basically.
doll. And then they're poking.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
like
good.
voodoo dolls type shit. Like stung by a bee, ribs went, got a cold. Ribs went again 3-4 days ago. So yeah, I've been on, but like I've been improving in spite of all of it. Like I've been
good.
making gains lifting wise and I think training wise in spite
Train
of
what
it.
you can.
Yeah, basically. So like Friday evening when we went into the gym, he couldn't drill at all. Like he couldn't do much because of his hip. I couldn't do much because of my ribs. Just drilled whatever coach was teaching and left.
That's
Did
nice.
an hour of work. I think he also probably did an hour.
I think
of work.
that's what counts. Like you will get injured in the sport. Just show
Yeah,
up,
absolutely.
keep going.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Do what
If
you
you
can.
just show up, you can
Yeah.
still learn because even just staying on the sidelines and observing what your partners are doing or what coach is showing, I think you can still improve.
Keep up.
But if you just stop altogether, you will not improve.
Of course,
Like,
it's with anything.
And I think also that really sets a good example for anybody who's junior to you in the gym. Because if you're coming in every day and you're like, oh, I'm injured, but I can't train, but I'm going to watch every class. Firstly, you're going to make gains just because you see what everybody's doing and you're like, oh shit, this is how you do the move, or this is not what you want to do. And you get through the Q&A part of class and you listen to everything. So you know what's happening firstly. You can come back in the next day because you watched the previous day's class. So, and that basically means that everybody who's junior to you is going to see you coming in every day irrespective of your injuries and be
You
like,
set an example.
You set an
for
example, and
the
I think
rest of
that's a
the
great thing to do. Like, if you're injured, if you don't want to train also, and you're just extremely fatigued, come and sit and watch. It's fine. You don't have to like do the class, but watch. And I think that just helps. Like, it helps so much just to watch, because think about how you train, right? Like, if let's say at IJJ, for example, coach teaches a move, whatever day it's technique on a particular day, and he's teaching something. You drill that move by watching him do the move, right?
Yeah, mentally.
So either ways, you're going to register by watching. So you might as well just come in and sit and watch if you're injured or you're tired or whatever it is. So just a great example in general to do.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think like that's why like the culture of IJJ is one of the best in the country to train at, because there's like people like you who would say something like that, or people like Naveen who would coach that and make even the beginners who just join understand that. Where do you see this gym heading, IJJ, in 10 years? How does it like, stay the best, maybe stay in the top 5 gyms in the country? How does it do more than what it's doing right now? What recommendations would you have?
Okay, to start with me, how do we stay the best? I think as long as we have coach around, we're good. Like, I don't think... Firstly, I think we work differently as a gym. Like, in terms of the fact that it's not just you have like a certain technique or whatever which you watched on an instructional or you've seen somewhere online and you're like, okay, this is how you do the move. But you will see like people come into the gym, like at least in the advanced batch, you'll see people come into the gym and they watch something and then they're going to take that move to the very end, meaning they're going to test everything about it. And they're going to figure out the ins and outs, they're going to figure out the strong points of it, the weak points of it. And usually you'll have somebody like coach or Nihal or Devesh or somebody who's really experienced, who knows the move, and they're going to just tell you like, don't do this shit. Or they're going to tell you, do this instead of doing that because this is a better option. It leads to better answers. And also you're not spoon-fed. You're just not spoon-fed.
Yeah.
You're told do the move. If you can't get it, keep trying. Like just keep trying. And that leads to you figuring out shit for yourself. Like you just end up learning everything on your own.
It's very scientific, the entire, like it's like you're experimenting, A/B testing almost, and you figure it out, you get the answers yourself.
Exactly. And usually like your answer is connected to coach's answer in some form, or Nihal's or Bira, whoever's answer. Like it's connected in some form in that they tell you, I like your answer, but because of these reasons I don't want to do it, or I like your answer, which is why I want to do it, or these are the things that can follow up from it, which you won't know. Like
it's almost like there's a hypothesis and then you do the research yourself.
Exactly. And they're just telling you whether your research is right or wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think other gyms
could be multiple answers to that. Like it depends.
Exactly.
So many reasons.
I think that's more often than not, there are multiple answers, and then you just have somebody telling you these are the routes. Like
keep what works, discard what doesn't.
Discard what doesn't. Exactly. And that's one big thing. I think how do we stay the best? I don't think it really matters. I think what matters is the fact that we're all just getting really good. Like irrespective of how everybody else is doing, if we're doing well and we're training well and we're teaching the right stuff to people and we're like, pushing that line, meaning we're pushing the idea that we're not necessarily building more athletes, but we're building more teachers of the sport. We're doing fine. Like we're doing the right things. And I think that's just the general philosophy of IJJ, right? Like it's an institute, meaning you're not a school. I mean, you are a school, but you're not a gym necessarily.
It's not an average.
Yeah, you come in and you learn.
Yeah.
That's the objective. Like as long as you're learning the right things and you're being regular and consistent, and the gym will grow. I think that's all there is to it.
What do you think is the answer? MMA side,
I
opening
think
more branches?
I think right now we are dabbling into MMA as well, which is good because I see like not a lot of people are very in on jiu-jitsu yet, right? Because it is still very new in India. So I feel like now, because we've been like communicating this about like introducing more MMA programs for a long time. And I hope we start implementing like afternoon classes as well for competitive people, like competitors, MMA guys, whatever. So I feel like if we start to involve that more, like which I think coach is planning on doing right now, I think it can go a lot better because the things that coach can show, like the way coach's mind works, if it gets involved in MMA, I think it's gonna be a game changer because
huge.
yeah, the
Isn't he
way
cornering
For
an
Hard,
up and coming MMA fighter in our
I
country?
think so, yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's cornering for hard.
That's huge.
At Brave and stuff.
yeah, so I mean, like that's the thing. I think IJJ needs more eyes on what they're doing as well because a lot of people who travel from abroad and come train with us, and most of the times they come in during the rolling days. If they're coming in the evening, they just somehow turn up on Thursdays.
Or Saturdays.
Yes, Thursdays or Saturdays.
Yeah.
They get a good idea of what Jiu-Jitsu with Institute of Jiu-Jitsu is.
Good.
And yeah,
Reflection of the
yeah,
country
exactly.
skill also, I think. Is
And
that.
I feel like that's the thing. Like our skill level is really good, and if we start to expose ourselves more towards like MMA field as well, I think we'll grow. But
be huge.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, we just have to start getting in some good MMA athletes, and hopefully that will like once we start coaching them and cornering them in fights, like it will help. For now, let's just see where we go. Right, MMA is the way to go. To be honest, yeah.
Ravi, you're a businessman. How is a business like IJJ stay relevant?
Okay, I feel like IJJ is like the PayPal mafia or the Flipkart mafia. Like you guys know about it.
Flipkart
Like
mafia.
everybody,
Bansals.
the founding team from the Flipkart, everybody
Starts.
went on to start their own business. And they're all
That's a
billion
really
dollars,
good
right?
way of putting
Like
it.
similarly, I think IJJ is like that. Like everybody from IJJ who trained here, started here, went out and started their own gyms, which are actually doing well and building more athletes, right? And the way that IJJ grows, or generally any gym grows, is when more number of people take up the sport and practice it and train regularly. And for that to happen, we need more people to take up the sport. So how do we do that? We do it by building a culture, making content, just like this. Just like that. So
Stuff like this.
Yeah, when more people start practicing the sport, that's when the gym grows.
The funnel has to
Yeah.
widen though. Like more people have to come in.
Yeah.
It's the only way we'll survive.
Like just to add on, honestly, I think IJJ is growing. Like you should see. So for starters, most days of the week we have quite a few beginners coming in, and a lot of them are really, really consistent. Like super consistent. Like I'm thoroughly impressed. Like some of them outwork me most, which is like kind of tough. Okay, very honestly, like there are not many people in the gym who do as many classes I do and who lift as much as I do. But there are people who try and come in and outwork me, which is great.
Yeah.
And they're really talented and skilled and hardworking, which is exactly what you need. And I think that also is just adding. Like it just, you see, like one guy is just like, oh, I'm training this many times a week. I'm getting shredded. I'm getting all sorts of benefits from training. And then they bring one other person, and that guy is interested, and he trains.
Word of mouth only is
Exactly,
working.
and it's always going to be word of mouth, but you can see the growth. Like you can see more and more people coming, and like now there's a lot of structure to everything. Like you know when the beginner classes are, you know when the advanced classes are, you know what's happening in the evening. You know there's a proper schedule it's stuck to.
Sure.
We know how many people are coming in regularly. We know how many people are coming in once a week, twice a week, whatever. We have figures for everything, and I think that's a game changer, and I think that's also like just necessary. And I think all these little changes which we're making will lead to like
Bigger changes.
yeah,
over
like
the big
and like,
picture.
yeah, you'll see like if we're at like 50 regular members or 60 regular members, we'll see 80 regular members in time, and like 100 in time, or whatever. Like that growth will keep happening as long as everybody who's meant to do a right thing in the gym does it. Like if Naveen is doing the right thing, I'm doing the right thing, Akshay is doing the right thing, whoever's in the gym regularly is doing the right thing, more people will want to come in. And I think that's just what matters.
Culture, bro. Culture
It's
is
just
everything.
always culture, yeah.
That's why when I've joined Flamingo now, I'm trying to like bring in more people who like I feel like they match the gym ideology. That's why I recommend them. And I obviously don't have the numbers, but I think IJJ has a very low churn rate. Like when people join, they barely ever like decide not to come anymore. Like very sticky product where they like sign up, they almost get obsessed from like the first week.
I think it's also about the coaches, right? A lot of time, like the coaches are very like chill. Like they're not like very regimented. Like they're not strict as
Manu,
per se.
he's a
Like
great evening
like
coach.
at least in the evening we keep it very
Very
jolly.
chill, yeah.
And like these people we just joke around a lot.
I love the
Yeah.
evening class.
And then
just to come and chill.
exactly, and they all know if they don't come on time, they're gonna get punished. So everyone tries to make it on time. If they don't, they don't mind getting punished. To be honest, that's the best thing. So far,
Burpees is the punishment, right?
burpees. Right now, we've changed shots probably depending on who's injured, who's not.
That's harder.
Yeah.
I think than burpees. There's not much skill required to like
that's true.
bunch of burpees.
I'll add to that with one thing, which is all of us are interested in teaching. Everybody who's teaching a class during, like I teach Wednesday mornings, they're teaching all the evening classes. Like for instance, today Akshay taught in the morning and Bira came in to help teach and like also taught.
That's awesome.
Everybody who's teaching, likes teaching, wants to teach. And because we're showing the interest, you see students also showing the interest. And because students are showing the interest, we show more interest. Yeah. And that cycle,
ways.
it just keeps going both ways. And you'll see, like for instance, for the Wednesday class, I've had a few people coming in every Wednesday for a while, and I do only wrestling on Wednesdays. And these few people who've come in, I basically taught them one move, which is the double leg, right?
Yeah.
And that has just evolved so much for all of them, where they hit the double, lift the guy up, drop him on his head.
Full slam.
Fully slam. And you can just see it, and you're like, okay, like if I keep trying to encourage people to come in on Wednesday morning for wrestling class, they'll develop and they'll want to come in more and they'll bring more people with them.
And actually it also helps the instructors get better at themselves, right? I think because since you have to research a lot, like you end up understanding, oh, you know what, this was what I was doing wrong, probably I should start adding this, or this is how I can make things better. So I think that's
for sure.
It's better.
And I think like the fact that everyone wants to teach is really important, because I think that's important to like grow your own skill set. When you like try to teach a technique, you figure out where the holes are in your understanding of it. Talking about cultures, let's talk about cults. How would you define a jiu-jitsu cult?
A lot of times what happens is I feel people just get brainwashed into thinking they're something they're not. And a lot of cult gyms, I think, like what they do is they just overhype themselves and talk shit about the other gyms or other instructors or other coaches out there. And that kind of, gives the students like false knowledge about what's going on around them, where people don't really realize
false
that.
Confidence.
Yeah, they just build them up in such a way where people actually start thinking it's us against the world. That kind of mentality. And that's what I've heard quite a few gyms have been doing. And it's not just in India, it's everywhere, right? Like, I think if you follow McDojo and other places, like Tom DeBlas, sometimes he posts as well, right? Like, there are so many cult gyms which has a really bad reputation. And what ends up happening is, like all the sexual allegations comes out, like all this sexual assault, molestation and all that. And that kind of is understandable why it would come out, because that's how a cult operates anyways.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
What are the signs that this gym is a cult? For me, if you tell your students not to train anywhere else, that's a cult.
Yeah.
What's your telltale
I would
sign?
say first telltale sign is if the coach himself starts to talk shit about other coaches and has got no way of proving that he's right, that he's the best. Like people generally, they start to portray themselves as God, and they start to tell, you know what, you can only refer to me as this. You cannot refer to me as anything else. Like you can't call my name, you have to call me coach, or you have to call me sensei or professor or whatever. Like if they start to designate themselves on a pedestal already to their students, I think that's a cult. And after that, if you have to take permission for each and everything, like what to post on Instagram, what not to post on Instagram, if you can go and cross-train in other gyms or not, if you can even study instructionals, that means it's a cult gym. Just stay away from them.
Hey, by the way, all of the students who I teach on Wednesday, stop calling me coach, okay?
He's still too young to be called coach because...
You can call him professor.
No,
yes.
not call me professor.
How old is Ashwin? 22?
24. 24.
Yeah. You can call me coach. You can call me sensei because I'm old as I'm 33. Yes, you can call me coach. And basically, I'm going to form a cult of my own.
Yeah. I would join 100%. I would love to join your cult.
We're going to have a framed picture of Craig Jones in that cult.
Done. You wouldn't even have to convince me.
Exactly. That's
I'll
it.
just
I'm
see
sure
that.
that picture's gonna be like Craig Jones, like with his booty out or something,
it
like
has
with
to.
a leopard print speedo and.
There's a picture in Kaizen of like Helio Gracie, but Craig's face. that
It's gonna
legendary
be that.
picture.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do.
Like
Guys.
I think Craig posted like the other day a picture of him like on the beach with like a tiny backpack and like
Yeah. Promoting his instructionals.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. What did he call it? False reap accusations.
Yeah, that was the instructional.
Yeah,
right?
it is called
for the
false
false reap position.
I mean, that's the best way to form a cult. Just be funny as fuck.
I think he's the anti-cult. too.
He is like, I feel that's the thing, right? Like that's the thing about his gym, like the B team itself. Like it's not really a cult.
not.
It's like very open to everyone. I'm pretty sure other gyms are not. Like they probably don't entertain a lot of cross training. Yeah, and that's why it's successful. I think if you want to be successful, stop being a cult gym. But if you want to make money tax free, be a cult gym.
Ravi, what makes a cult?
I think when you have to pay for your belt, I think that makes a cult.
That's a cult. Yeah, stuff like that.
Hardcore cult, yeah.
Yeah, when I've heard when the head coach or the professor has a relationship with the students, that's a cult.
Yeah, it does.
That's
And-
damn creepy. No?
I've heard instances in our country itself,
Yeah?
places.
Like?
Yeah.
Let's not name
There's been
them.
gyms. There's been more than one. But
There are quite a few.
hot take, I think the DDS
Uh-huh.
was kind of like a cult.
It is.
How it was run.
It was. I mean, there are plenty of Reddit posts about it.
I've
I
seen all of
mean,
that.
you guys can go and check it out.
There's
Cult
cults.
Reddit.
I don't want to bring it up, but the Reddit posts were really dark. Like
Cuck
with Gordon,
accusations.
yeah, like Gordon and Nikki.
Yeah,
that
I've seen that.
dynamic.
Dude,
oh my god.
Andrew Wiltse, have you been following that?
No, I
And he said he has video footage of the cuck accusation.
I think Craig said the same thing. He's like, I can
Yeah.
burn Gordon at any point.
They have video.
But I think it is. It's pretty possible that Andrew does have a lot of things. Andrew will see that.
He's in prison now.
Yeah, Andrew will see.
Yeah, right now. And,
I mean, he just
Prison or prison?
prison.
jail.
I mean,
He has bipolar disorder. He deals with that. So he had a manic episode, and he was just going off on Instagram at everyone. Whoever was like friends with him, whoever he had as allies, he was calling out all of them. He's like, I have dirt on everyone.
he called
And
out his brother also.
He called out his brother Bird, who he has all the instructionals with. He's like, my brother, my girlfriend.
It is a like a rabbit hole. That's why I think they took down his account from YouTube and
Yeah, they took down.
Instagram.
The Wiltse brothers is gone. All of their free content is gone.
I never followed them in the first place. So it makes
He had really good content though, like the knee slice pass.
Yeah,
It was free on
amazing.
BJJ Fanatics.
I would say his knee slice pass was one of the best. Like
Absolutely.
I've
And
used
free.
it. It's like
$0.
Exactly, buzzsaw passing.
Buzzsaw passing.
It's too good.
Not the buzzsaw was another thing that was paid. Just knee slice. He did.
No, he released buzzsaw as free as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, BJJ Fanatics.
He would release a lot of good shit for free, and then when he had his manic episode, he's like, I'll do nothing for you anymore. I gave you all of this shit for free. Now you're turning on me.
I think it's all a lot of medication.
The people he was training with, the Daisy Fresh,
Yeah.
they went and burned down his house, allegedly.
Yeah.
Because he.
oh my god.
So now he's in prison apparently.
It's insane. Like I feel like that's why jiu-jitsu is really culty. Like because like so I'm not gonna say I'm an exception, but everybody runs on emotion. And then because everybody runs on emotion, like the most awful shit happens, especially in America, obviously, because that's where the center of grappling is. And like you have the Gordon Nikki issues, you have like DDS splitting up, you have now Andrew Wiltse. Just be normal, bro. Like just chill in life. Like why do you need to like why do you need to behave on emotion? Like chill. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
like really
for sure.
nobody cares.
And
Like if you think about it, I don't want to like ruin it for all of us, but honestly, like everybody who knows anybody in jiu-jitsu only knows them in jiu-jitsu. Nobody gives a shit about jiu-jitsu outside.
who
of-
knows Gordon Rand?
Yeah, nobody knows Gordon. Like nobody gives a shit about Gordon outside. Okay, I don't want to like talk shit about him because like nobody. But like nobody outside of jiu-jitsu cares about
any
jiu-jitsu.
of the jiu-jitsu people, yeah.
Like it's only us, like it's only like all of us who give it importance, and we're like
In our heads, like it's the most important thing.
When in
In our office, in my office, when I say I do jiu-jitsu, they look at me like it's karate or something. Okay.
Yeah,
I told them I got my blue belt. They were like, oh, okay. How far from black belt?
Exactly. Like it's so inconsequential from that perspective, right? Like at least if you were like in judo or one of these other martial arts which is in like the Olympics, so as a world championship, like if you win an Olympic gold medal,
That's huge.
Irrespective of
Life
what
accomplishment.
field, irrespective of which field you're in, irrespective of like I want to be a lawyer soon or whatever. If I win an Olympic gold medal, when I walk around and I'm carrying that medal with me, they're going to be like...
I think to your wedding, you'll wear it.
Yeah, I wear it 24/7. I'd sleep with it, have a shower with it.
Kurt Angle, remember? Like,
Kurt
he would go everywhere with that medal. So that's it.
And that was in the WWE too. Like he'd walk the ramp with like the medal, and then like he'd take it off right before he fought.
I would imagine that's like a fake medal or something. Like he did
Definitely might be fake.
because like you're gonna get robbed or something. Someone's gonna take it.
I'm sure he has like his real medal at home. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Like
like
he
a-
can do whatever he wants. He was an Olympic gold medalist. He can do anything he
whatever.
wants to. Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of martial art gyms are cult gyms.
I agree.
A lot,
I think
especially-
like every gym could become it.
It is
Just a few
not
wrong
that
steps.
difficult. It's not.
A few culture things you change.
Yeah.
Like slightly.
I think it's
Slightly.
not that difficult to become a cult. Like if you're doing
We can
a
head
martial,
there.
it's very
Jiu-jitsu
easy.
is a cult.
Jiu-jitsu is a cult, guys.
Ravi,
why no
will
one
you ever
else
start a
knows it.
cult?
He is the cult.
Start a cult? No.
No? Never start a
If you
cult?
ask me if I would ever start a gym, no. Because I
Never.
don't think I'll ever do a better job than what Coach Rohit is doing right now. So
Maybe in another part of like India, maybe in your hometown, if you want to introduce them
maybe
to
then.
jiu-jitsu.
Maybe then. But otherwise, still, I cannot do as good a job that's being currently done.
So you will start a cult in your hometown.
Maybe. I feel like I've already started in my class, bro. Everybody keeps, so what happens is every Saturday, whenever we all get together, a couple of my friends come to my house. We go to the terrace. We have like one drink, and everybody is tipsy. Okay, and I start teaching jiu-jitsu. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And I just maul them. There's no teaching happening. I just maul one by one, practice submissions.
Well, at least you're still training. In India, we have some cult gyms, some not so cult gyms, but every gym
Is a
that
cult in
trains
itself,
jiu-jitsu
yes.
is kind of like in that thing. What is your top 5 jiu-jitsu gyms in India?
In no particular
IJJ may or may not be your number 1. So
I
no
mean, I
particular
would
order.
not say in any particular order, but
5.
of course,
Give me 5.
yeah, I would say IJJ for sure, Warriors Cove, then Cross Train. Right now, I would say Kaizen and Flamingo. To be honest, yes, because it's just the quality of training that matters.
They're very new also.
They're very new, and the work that Debo and Piyush is like they both are doing is just too good, right? Because you can actually see the improvement in their students. It's very evident. Like it's the same as going and training in these like places like Kaizen, Warriors Cove or Cross Train or IJJ.
Same quality you get.
Same quality of
product.
training. At the same time, like these three, like I would say Cross Train, Warriors Cove and IJ have been in the scene for so long, and the way they teach is a lot different, a lot more like advanced compared to the other gyms in the country, I would say.
For sure. Top 5? You've trained at a gym in Pune. Does it make it to your top 5?
Dude, like I don't think I can answer this because I haven't trained anywhere else. I've trained at IJJ and that's it. Like
It could be around the world as well. You trained in Thailand?
I didn't train in Thailand. I go to the gym in the morning, train at IJJ and that's it. Like I don't give a shit about where
You're the standard definition of a cult.
effectively that.
You don't even have to tell you not to train anywhere. You just won't train anywhere.
You should ask him top 5 places to party.
Yeah, I think that's an easier answer, honestly.
Top 5 places to party in Bangalore.
Bangalore, dude, I don't know Bangalore. Like if I had to like give you 5 places to party in like, let's say
South.
no, not even South. How do I answer
Goa
that?
can be included as well.
Goa is the only place I can give you.
Okay, top 5 places in Goa. I know Chapora Fort is one.
House of Chapora is
House
like
of Chapora, yes.
top. Dude, like I don't know why I'm like promoting them. I should like get something from all of these places.
You will eventually when this podcast takes off.
House of Chapora, basically all of that area of Anjana, like House of Chapora, Hilltop. I mean, I don't want to say Thalassa because it's damn mainstream, but fine, Thalassa. And then like if I had to say Bangalore, I really like High Ultra Lounge. Like I'm just addicted to it because it's like rooftop or whatever. Damn fun. What else do I really like? I think that's kind of it, dude. Honestly, I can't even name 5 places. I think it's just 4 places to party.
Ravi's house.
And
Ravi's
apparently
house.
Ravi's house, like where he's taking his friends and getting them drunk.
Home for true cults and party animals.
Very, very sus, but yeah.
Ravi, top 5 places to train, including your house?
Including my house. To be honest, I haven't trained anywhere except IJJ.
All of us are actually like, why are we calling people?
But before joining IJJ, I went on to get trial class from almost all the gyms in Bangalore.
Okay.
I went almost everything.
Did you go to Naveen's favorite gym?
I did go there too.
What have you told him about your kung fu days?
Oh,
He did kung fu?
shit. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bro,
Can
it's
we put that on the podcast, him doing Kung Fu? Like, can we like...
Do we have footage of you doing kung fu?
that was like the
Oh,
biggest
actually doing kung fu.
Dude, I know. He said monkey style. Monkey style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the
Monkey or tiger style.
That was like the biggest scam, bro.
Damn,
The trainer was like, I'll take you to Singapore and there'll be a fight and everything. Monkey versus eagle or something like that. I was like in 8th standard, okay. So I've been doing martial arts since I was like 5th grade. I did taekwondo for 3 years, kickboxing for 2 years, Muay Thai again for 1 year, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu. In between, I was doing nothing, right? During my board exams in 10th. That's when this kung fu guy got scammed, bro.
It's okay. We all have our
Yeah.
scam stories. But did you become the monkey? In the end? Do you know that guy in Kolkata? The guy, and he does mantis style.
Fat mantis slims.
He's a mantis. Yeah, he became the mantis.
Became the mantis.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
I used to do shit like that.
Dude, like, I remember, like, there is a video of him, like, doing, like, the transitions. The transitions between, like, monkey, eagle, mantis and all.
oh yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know
you
that-
told me about that. I've never seen the video.
That video is
If
hilarious.
you have it, we can put it here.
And you should see his face. It's become so serious.
So, like,
And, like,
focused.
all said, like, it was hilarious, but dude moved really well when he did it. It was damn funny, but
I would argue it helped his jiu-jitsu.
very possibly. Like, he just, like, did mantis style midway. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pass
even
guard.
like his style of like passing guard and all that. What's the best tournaments for like someone who has no idea where to compete in India? Obviously, ADCC Strangle would have to take a part in that list.
I would say
I mean, I wouldn't say Strangle.
Y'all have competed in Strangle, right? Would you put it in your top 5? Yes.
I think
Unbiased.
it'll be in the number 1 position, bro. Strangle.
Strangle for you.
because he's won it.
Repeatedly.
Not because of that, bro. They just took care of the athletes so well, bro.
Actually, yes, I would say Strangle number 1 because
Yeah.
firstly they paid the athletes.
Yes.
They took care of their athletes.
I mean, all of this is provided they come back.
Yeah, I mean,
Rajiv,
provided they
Karthik.
come back.
Strangle, you
Rajiv.
gotta come back.
You need to start Strangle again.
And you need to sponsor this podcast.
Yes.
Rajiv, I think I stopped competing or stopped doing jiu-jitsu because you stopped Strangle, bro. Right when Strangle stopped, I think I stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what
Rajiv,
happened.
you stopped. I mean, you are the reason why Ravi stopped training. So let's go. Let's start Strangle again.
This and like tag him in
Dude,
Instagram.
it's gonna reach Instagram.
It has to reach him.
It
If you
has to.
sponsor this podcast, we'll get Ravi back as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're champion, South Division champion.
Oh yeah. The Nationals, what happened in the end? Like
Oh, bro.
Nationals happened.
It did happen.
He was there.
I think I lost to what's his name, bro?
Rohit.
Rohit Raja.
Yeah, but you beat him in Strangle
I
Goa.
beat him in Strangle
He took
Goa.
his revenge.
I think I won by like 1 point in the last 30 seconds, and similarly he won by like
He's
1
a
or 2 points in the last 30 seconds.
Insanely strong dude. He's a boxer.
He's a boxer.
Then you beat him by like 1 point. Then he beat me in ADCC Goa right after that.
okay.
And then he beat you. He went all the way.
Correct.
And,
Makes sense.
And yeah. Sumin Pillai, you had a really good match with, right?
He did. I think I fought him for bronze.
Yeah.
I got him on a triangle in the end. I think that's how we tapped. Yeah.
That's also a great gym, by the way, in Bangalore MMA.
Bengaluru.
They
yes.
come
Oh,
out
yeah.
now and
I
then.
think we should mention them also. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he is also doing a good job. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty sure he got his blue belt and like in Goa itself, right? Strangle. Yeah.
Crazy username as well. Seedha Math. Jiu-Jitsu. Like,
Exactly. I mean, he basically has been dedicated towards the sport as well.
growing the sport in Bangalore at least.
And he is also pretty good. Like I'm pretty sure, like he's purple belt or more.
And his guys are good. Like
His boys are very good.
his guys.
Bengaluru MMA, yes. No.
Just Bangalore MMA is just like MMA gym. They do
And they are pretty good, dude. Like
Suman Pillai is from there.
You know what's hilarious?
What?
You guys have fought so many people.
Yeah.
I haven't fought any of these guys. I don't know who they are.
We also have like common opponents.
Yeah,
I fought
exactly.
Suman, I fought Rohit, he fought Suman.
Yeah,
he
I
fought
didn't find
Rohit.
any of these people. I don't know who you all are talking about. But I know I could beat Ravi's ass.
That's all that matters, bro.
That's all that matters.
You and Seth.
I did. Wait on Ravi.
But yeah, I think talking about the top five you asked, right?
Top 3, whatever.
Top
Best
three. Okay,
tournaments.
the best tournaments that I've been through, like Strangle number 1. Like I said, the reasons are they pay the athletes, they take care of the athletes well, and also I feel like they do it in different cities, which just makes sense for a lot of the athletes, because not everyone has the budget to travel, book a stay, and then
So
come
they
back.
do it north, east,
Exactly.
west.
That's better. Then I would say ADCC just for the reason being
Brand.
the experience and brand. Like you
Once
at
a year
least-
they'll do.
They do once a year. You can technically save up for that, but then again, I think they need to include some cash prize or something, because firstly, it's the entry fee is a lot of times a lot more expensive.
2 to 3K?
No, it's 3,000 to 4,000 bucks.
That's late, right? Early
No,
you can-
3,800 for early birds. I mean, at least for
Has
this
it
year.
increased?
It has
I
increased.
remember paying 2K. for it.
Yeah, it was 2K, I think 2 years ago. But now it's increased quite a bit.
Inflation.
Inflations, yes.
The only thing I'd say about them is
like 6%. This is like
the only thing I'd really say about ADCC is I wish they stayed in Goa. Like I wish they continued to be in Goa.
I
But
preferred it when the entire Goa vibe was there.
Unfortunately, there's bad news. Like, Goa will never happen, I think so. And because AK Mandram isn't there in Goa anymore.
AK Mandram closed down.
Yes, there are. I mean, you can go and read it on their Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
they have given the reason why it's shut down now. And it's because of I think the people who own the resort themselves.
Oh.
Right?
Maybe they're not making money.
No. There were some other reasons. They basically illegally occupied that place.
Oh, damn.
I mean, there is you can read their post on Instagram to know what actually happened. But AK Mandram, I don't think is going to be there anymore. That's the reason why I think Goa ADCC might not happen.
Might not
again.
happen. I mean, they can find another space.
They can, but again,
Tribal Warriors.
Tribal Warriors is there.
Arjuna.
But it's a very small space, considering the number of people and the
Who
number of
sign up for
matches.
ADCC? Strangle Goa happened.
Yeah.
Tribal Warriors. Could be done.
Strangle didn't have as many competitors, I would say, but ADCC has a lot more. Right now, I think it's 200 athletes at this time.
All those people overflowing into the cafe.
Yeah.
Next door.
everybody just chilling in the cafe. The whole
Arjuna, and then they won't pay also.
Yeah, exactly.
They just sit there.
Yeah, and I
half of us
feel
can't afford it anyway. So.
exactly, and I feel like they need to start paying their athletes as well. Like Mo Jason can change his mind. I think, of course, few other people can, but yeah, paying cash prizes, even if it's just nominal, does do a lot for the athletes.
Yeah.
Also, after that, I would say these two are the best tournaments I've been through. 4PK.
4PK.
I would have to say 4PK.
No registration fees.
No registration fee.
Yeah.
Like they take care of the athlete very well, and also it's just like as a remembrance for one of the
legacy
guys.
of the
Yes,
guy
the legacy
who
of
it's done for.
PK, right? So it's just one of the better tournaments.
For sure. I wanted to ask, like, how does Strangle beat ADCC? Like, if it comes back,
Cash.
that would be the main incentive, right? You win the tournament, you get paid like $1 lakh is what they were offering.
Yeah, they were about to, but I think the sponsors were like, "Hey, dude, you're paying too much."
$1 lakh is not.
I mean, it's not,
Yeah.
but
Maybe that's.
and also the frequency of tournaments, bro. ADCC just happens once a year.
That's.
Strangle happens every single year, and
They did that. They did that for 1 year, and then they never happened.
actually 2 years.
You know what's damn funny?
What?
The year I got good, they stopped having Strangle.
Ashwin is good now. Let's no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Them and yeah, that's basically it. I can see my questions there. Who wins? How do we? Yeah. Last segment of this podcast. How do we grow the sport in India? It's not where it needs to be. Like nowhere close. What can we do to really push it?
I think firstly we need to start
A cult.
exactly. We need to start a cult. We need to be aggressive about it. Do it like how Osho did it. So yeah, I think that's what we need to do. But apart from that, I think we need to have more spectator-friendly tournaments where people actually kind of don't get bored, because jiu-jitsu is a very boring sport,
Especially
right?
gi.
Especially gi. That's why I hate gi. I like things a bit more fast-paced, explosive, but like basically boxing, etc. Right? Like
MMA.
people love watching them because there's action, constant action. Even if in MMA or boxing, when it becomes more like clinch and a lot of stalling, people don't like it. Yeah,
Wrestling.
exactly. So you need to make it more spectator friendly. That's it. And I think you need to also start cross training amongst themselves, like the gyms itself. That kind of helps the sport grow as well, because you just get to see who's a better athlete and how they can improve. And once you start restricting that whole cross training culture, I think you
That
will
won't
not
help.
grow.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, for the people will start to think that they are better than they are not, and I feel they should just start advocating for more cross training, more like learning, more seminars, basically.
Across the country, because just like
Exactly.
there's a handful of good gyms.
There are, and then I think the competition scene should increase.
Of course.
Like we don't have enough competitions in
Nowhere
the
close.
country.
Once a year, twice a year won't do.
Yeah,
You
ADCC
need
comes once a
month.
year, exactly, right?
Twice a
once a
month.
year, and Strangle, that was almost every 3 months or 2 months.
Every 2 months. It
Yeah,
was at
the
its peak.
frequency was good. Like we had a
that's what we
competition, yes, but that is also not there anymore, and I think that's sad.
They'll come back. I really think they will.
I hope Rajiv brings it back.
Yeah,
Right.
I really think.
We are actually calling Rajiv out so many times that he has to bring
I
it
hope
back.
he
now.
watches this.
Yeah.
Rajiv, for Ravi's sake,
Yes.
please
You're
bring it back.
pound for pound champion. Like he needs twice. He needs the tournament back to get back in business.
Of course. Will we ever have an Indian world champ at Jiu Jitsu? Will it ever happen?
Not anytime soon. To be honest, we are too far behind.
In the next century, maybe.
Maybe in the next century, or maybe if we just do some Brazilian juice.
Oh yeah, I think we're already doing that. We're already
I
there.
think technically we almost are there, but it's just that I think we don't have enough comps to prepare
Yeah,
us
all
for
of that
higher.
that
Yes.
you mentioned. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Let's move into the final part of the podcast. There's questions from the community for you guys. So whoever I say, like, the questions are for them. Okay, the first one, Ravi.
Let's go.
These are your questions from the community. The first question is from Nishit.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this. When is Thai Lava returning?
Sorry?
I think that's your name, Thai Lava. How do you?
Bro, December 18, mark your dates. Mark your calendar.
Mark your calendar, bro. Next question for you from Quad.
Okay.
Why you not married yet, bitch? In brackets, sorry, have to call him a bitch.
Bro, I'm gay, and whenever you say yes.
Next question from Prakhar. Ravi, how do you score baddies?
Score what? What's a baddie, bro?
Baddie.
How do you score baddies? Bro, put good, quality reels showing the skills you have, and girls will really like that.
Cool. Next question, I don't know who this is, from a guy called Ruhit.
Oh, my friend.
Oh, your friend? If violence was legal, how many people's arms and necks would you have snapped?
I mean, every competition I try to snap arms and legs, right? But it just doesn't happen.
Okay. Cool. Next question from Neha Rao.
For me? What the fuck?
Ravi is very famous.
Do you also fight alumnus? Your college alumni? Do you fight them?
No. Just my college classmates.
Okay. The next question from Gary.
Okay.
Why this cola berry?
Bro. I don't know what to answer.
Final question from this guy, Ashwin. When's this motherfucker coming back to training? Okay. Someone needs to throw him around.
Got it. We'll see who throws who around when I come back.
Cool. Any comments on that? Nothing.
He hasn't trained in 1 year. He's all skinny. He's 20 kilos lighter, 22 kilos lighter, 16. 22 kilos lighter. Bro, you're going to get launched on different universe.
Your side of the mat, we're on the other side.
Yeah, you'll have to go to the skinny boy side. And even if you come to the big boy side, I'll come to that side and smash you. No, I'll come to that side and bend you. Done.
Cool. Naveen, you're up next. First question from Nishit. I'm guessing the ecological approach is NATH, N-A-T-H, an option for you.
Definitely not.
It's not even a question, dude. I don't know what this is. This is more of a statement.
Yeah, it's very obvious. I mean, it is definitely not for me. I mean, not for me when I'm teaching my students, but I wouldn't mind using it for myself because I know how to use it better.
Okay. A follow-up question from Nishit. Successful coaching for 10 plus years, train and teach jits, and a deadly cook. How?
Well, no answer. Just practice. Yeah, Brazilian juice and practice.
I
makes
didn't
it
know you
perfect.
cook. Like,
Oh, I love cooking. I used to have a restaurant. Yes.
Yeah, even there he cooked.
I did. Actually, I did cook in my dad's restaurant. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
next question from Ratan X11. Would you say the ecological approach helps beginners?
No, definitely not. The reason being, like, firstly, okay, I'll give you a very simple example. If I have to teach a beginner how to shoot, I can't just say shoot and figure it out because he's just gonna end up hurting his knee. And there are times when you can use it probably when you can't. But I feel ecological approach is just overrated because it's already been existing in the training circuit for a long time. It's called positionals. So yeah, and the way exactly. I mean, we've used it for a long time, right? It's just a
Changed its
marketing
name,
gimmick.
yeah.
That's it. It's nothing more than just
Branding
marketing
has changed.
gimmick. Exactly.
Packaging
Just
has
like
changed.
how Eddie Bravo would call a certain move something like what's that called? Bunny
electric stone
electric
wall.
stone
Rubber guard.
wall, rubber guard.
Yeah.
All that things, just fancy names.
Electric
It's just-
chair.
Electric chair, yeah.
Exactly, it's just fancy term for nothing else. It's the same principle of training. You don't really. Yeah, exactly.
That sounds deadly though.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
A vaporizer.
I used to hit it on Ravi. I used to hit
Throw, vaporize you.
But yeah, I feel like it doesn't help the beginners as much as you would think. Or if there hasn't been an out and out white belt who has progressed and won competitions using the ecological method there is none. The only people using it, like the examples that are commonly given, are DeAndre and his brother probably. Again, these guys were already black belts who've been drilling for a long time, who just found ecological approach just easier, right?
I get it,
So I hate ecological.
The next question will be difficult for you. By Gary. Say something nice about ecological approach.
Right.
I
One
would
line.
say actually ecological approach will work better if you are already well versed with your fundamentals, to be honest. Especially in things like wrestling. You could use it well. And I mean, again, because then it becomes flow wrestling again. You could use it I have experimented it with leg locks, to be honest. It works well. Like, because I know the fundamentals, I can make it work. Right? Again, it's called positionals, nothing else.
Okay, even there he didn't say anything nice, but let's.
Yes.
Cool, bro. That camera is working, right? Cool. Moving on to Ashwin.
Put some heavy violence on that camera, just now.
First question from Neha Rao.
Oh, let's go.
I don't know who that is. What?
Do you break legs or do you break hearts first?
You choose, bro. Whatever you want. Like, I'll break either. I don't mind.
Next question from Gary. Who's your favorite female MMA fighter?
Bro, I don't know enough, bro. Honestly. Cool.
Okay. Next question from Debo. Why does Ashwin like to watch men in singlets butt drag each other?
Like, I responded to that. You can read that.
At least he isn't watching two dudes butt scooting around. Do you want to stick to that answer?
See, dude, at the end of the day, I'm not pulling guard, though. Am I pulling guard? No. So I'm good. I'm still standing. At least I'm not sitting on my butt.
Fair.
Like, have you seen like a dog like? Yeah.
Wipe its ass on.
Wait, that's the same shit. Why would I want to watch that?
Because
That's way
it's,
worse.
You can't say that when you're part of a cult, bro. When everyone's doing.
Hey, but we're not part of it.
You're part of the you're part of the singlet cult.
Yeah. That's
Sure, different.
unfortunately it.
Um,
My bad.
question for Ravi from Sanjay Namber. What Ra Sudeep, too much cock you're showing? Tell him come off Maleshwaram area. What's the answer to that?
reply. I'll come with Reddiana, bro.
Reddiana also I'll call, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Do you want to stick to
He'll
that?
only call. Then I'll call Naveen, bro. He'll come and Scorpio and pick you up.
Yeah. Question for Ravi again. Why are you not yet married? By the time your father was your age, he had 2 kids.
That's true,
Joshua
bro.
said.
That's true. I was 4 years old when my father was my age.
Yeah, but
Such a serious answer. Josh, he's just waiting for you, bro.
I'm just waiting for you, bro. Josh, whenever you say
He's
yes,
gonna
bro,
get
please come. I want to have a good Christian wedding, bro.
cool, done. In Goa, maybe.
Yeah, and go, bro, right in front of the beach.
Hey, if it's Goa and all, he won't see me at his wedding only.
Why?
It's happening in North Goa, he's in South Goa.
And you know who's
Happening
gonna
in South,
cover?
I'll be in North.
And you know who's gonna cover Josh and Ravi's wedding? Shehna's Treasury.
Oh yeah,
know,
that
if
video.
What's that?
Remember the Shera?
You can tell me what the law is with this later.
You haven't seen? Okay.
I have no idea. We'll cover this outside. Podcast. Cool. Thanks, guys. This was really fun. And I think longest episode ever.
Let's hope people don't get bored listening.
Yeah, bro.
They're so getting.
They usually drop off after like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Subscribe for more episodes with Ravi, Naveen, and Ashwin, the pillars of Indian Jiu Jitsu.
Let's go.
Go. Cool.